choreographer causing your funky dope maneuver.
All right, hey everybody, Matt here from Around Square with another little Bugleri or komboloi ultra tutorial for you. This one is going to be focusing on raindrops, what we call the raindrop style of play. And it's just basically the way of kind of letting the beads drop rhythmically so that you get that nice satisfying click sound. Depending on your set, you get a very different kind of experience. I personally, for the raindrops style play, I really like the heavy sets. It's a nice thunk sound. And you can do it two-handed or one-handed. Okay. So for the raindrops, when I'm working these into my flow, I find the raindrop aspect is a really nice way to change position, because I do a lot of moves where I've got asymmetrical weighting, where I've got a small cluster of beads at one end and the massive weight at the other end. And so it's a good way to mix up the spacing. Or if you're playing and you find that you've got way more beads on one end than the other, you can kind of work it in and even it out through your play. So depending on your setup, this may or may not exactly work for you as I'm describing it. So you may need to adjust things a little bit if you have a longer string. But basically, for the raindrops, I go into them in one of two ways for the most part. One way is to pinch the boss bead or the bead at the end, or a small cluster of beads. It works fine either way. And then I'm going to essentially pinch it and swing the beads over and then land in like a mid grip. And then the momentum carries them up and I can do my raindrops. Okay, so I'll do that again. Okay, again, from top grip, I'm going to swing it into this little pocket here. So you're basically holding it in place with your thumb until you feel the cord in between, and then you let go with your thumb and it falls into place. Okay. Now, if you've got a slightly longer string than what I've got, you may want to go down into this position, and here's why. Then when they come up, you've got the slack down here. And similarly, if you have a really short string, you may want to end up here and then let go of that bead and you can drop them down. So for my string length, the mid grip works really well, but you'll want to adjust it depending on your own string length. Okay. Basically, I like to flip it over in such a way that all of the slack is here, because if I have the slack to worry about, then I'm kind of fumbling with them to get them to come down. All right. So that's the first way that I go into the raindrops. The second way is kind of a fun-looking little jackknife type move, where I use them like a pendulum. I flip them forward and then I can rebound back and end up in the same position. So again, I'm relying on that mid grip for my setup, and I'm starting off in top grip. I've got a small clutch of beads up here, and then I'm going to flip it. I'm going to flip it down, and here you see I'm going to catch it actually in the fakie high grip. Okay, so from top grip, I swing them down and I catch them in fakie high grip. Okay, and then as it swings, I'm going to swing it back up, and as it comes over, I'm going to catch it in my standard mid grip, and then here I am back in that same position I was for the first variation that I showed you. All right, so again, into high grip fakie, and then into mid grip and over. Do that a few more times. I guess I'm adding a slip in there. Here I'm adding a slip before it comes up, and the slip actually lets me kind of get a little bit more momentum on them. You don't have to do that, but it also gives you a little bit more time to get your fingers into place. See, anyways, you get the idea. All right, so here's our two variations again. Okay, hopefully that works out for you guys, and then I'll get into some more kind of bead manipulation type tricks in the next episode.
Choreographer causing your funky dope maneuver.